Hi everyone, my name's Joanna Joy and today I'm going to talk to you about Shamanic Womb Healing. What exactly is Shamanic Womb Healing? I get lots of people first of all saying to me, well, what's Shamanic Healing? And then what's Shamanic Womb Healing when I start telling them about what I do. And people really don't have a clear understanding of what this is because we're not really taught in our culture to heal our wombs at all. So yeah, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about that today. First of all, Shamanic healing is probably the oldest form of healing known to humankind. Shamanism has been around for 40,000 plus years. It's the original form of human spiritual experience and practice and belief system. And Shamanic healing draws upon both the natural energies of our natural environment, of Mother Nature, and also draws upon the spiritual energies of spiritual allies and helpers in the unseen realms. And when we practice shamanic healing, what we do is we draw upon tools and techniques from both of these realms, from the realm of nature and from the realm of spirit, to help ourselves or our clients or our loved ones, or maybe the planet, or maybe certain places like a body of water or a creature, whatever it might be. So the main practice within core shamanic healing is to do the shamanic journey. Now, Michael Harner was a man who created what we now know as core shamanism, and he looked at all of the different cultures which have indigenous shamanic roots across the world, and he wanted to know what common themes were present within all of these cultures in terms of their healing practices, and also their understanding and belief system of what happens in this interaction between ourselves and the universe. And what he discovered was that there were three main principles that all of these shamanic people and shamanic traditions shared. While they had many different culturally specific traditions and practices that were specific to their culture and their place and their time, they all shared these three basic principles, which was that within shamanic healing we need to take out what shouldn't be there. This is known as shamanic extraction. And we need to put in what should be there. And there are two things that you need to put in. One is power. We might know this as life force or ki or chi or prana. But it's basically the power, the energy that's flowing through our universe all the time, that's animating everything, that's keeping everything alive. We can't own it, it's not yours, it's not mine, but it's just the power that keeps everything alive and moving. It's a bit like water, it flows through everything, but you can't hold on to it, but we all need it to live. This kind of power is what keeps our batteries topped up, basically. It keeps us running with energy. And then there's soul force energy. Now, your soul force energy is the energy that is just yours. It's specifically your energy. It's your vital personal essence. And we can lose soul energy through experiences of trauma, of grief, of losing body parts, of deep sadness, or things happening to us that make our soul sad or scared or in deep pain. And so pieces of us can either leave voluntarily, or they can be taken or stolen by other people, or we can hand them over to other people to either look after them, or maybe because we feel manipulated into it or coerced into it, or we can just lose pieces because we've had such a big shock or trauma that pieces just ping off. So these are all the reasons that we can lose soul energy. So when we're doing shamanic healing, when we're practicing shamanic healing, we need to take out intrusions which are in there. These are things that should not be in our system, that are not of us. And we need to put in the power, we need to put in the soul energy. We need to retrieve and restore our own personal vital essence. So these are the three basic principles that we work with in shamanic healing. And so when we're doing shamanic womb healing, we are using those three principles, but we're focusing them specifically around the womb, the spirit womb, the womb space, the energy womb, which really is our whole womanhood. It's our whole female being. It's what makes us women. It's what makes us feminine and female. So doing shamanic womb healing is all about healing our womanhood. It's about healing our feminine aspect. It's about healing our female side. And the knock-on effect of that is about healing our gynecology, healing our physical wombs, our cervix, our uterus, our fallopian tubes, and everything in that whole area. So yeah, so that's what shamanic womb healing is all about. And so it's a spiritual practice, but it's not, you don't have to believe in any spiritual path for it to work. It's not religious in that sense. We don't believe in any particular religious path. And it's very experiential, so it's not a faith-based system. I'm not asking you to just believe that what I'm saying is true. In fact, I always advocate, excuse me, I always advocate the opposite. I always say, test it out. You test it and you tell me what your experience is, and you tell me whether that experience is valid for you. You tell me whether you have a powerful experience from that or not. And what I've always found is that the majority of people have very powerful experiences with shamanic healing. And you can do it in a few ways. I can do the healing work for you, I can take the journey for you and do that healing work for you, or I can guide you to do your own healing work. Now, I always think that the second is much more powerful, because then you have your own experience. If I do the work for you, you don't get that experience. When you do the work, you have your own experience, you have your own profound understanding of how you've reached the place you're in, as well as the things that need to be done in order to address the issue and to restore whatever you have lost. So you always get a lot of information coming through when you do your own healing work. So I always advocate people to at least have a go. Now, shamanic journeying is a skill that can be learned like any other skill, and it's helped along by drumming, because regular drumming with a rhythm range between 4 to 7 beats per second puts your brainwave cycles into 4 to 7 beats per second. Now, this is known as theta brainwave state, and this puts you into a state of consciousness that allows you to journey with your mind into the realms of it's known as the shamanic state of consciousness. This is where you get rapid eye movement. Theta is where you have rapid eye movement, where your brain is working very fast, and you can access states of consciousness that are not normally available to you. So this is why we use drumming a lot in shamanic work. So if you look down my posts on my YouTube posts, and also in the Heal Your Womb Facebook group, you will find shamanic drumming sequence, 15-minute shamanic, 10 or 15-minute shamanic drumming sequence that I've done. But you can also find other ones on YouTube. Michael Harner has done some, which are very good as well. And it's just 10 minutes of, literally just 10 minutes of drumming. And you can set an intention to do any kind of journey with this kind of drumming. Setting intentions is very important when you're doing shamanic healing journey. You set your intention 3 times, and this is kind of like a contractual sign to the universe and to yourself that it clarifies your intention and it solidifies it. So that's a little bit for you about what shamanic womb healing is all about. That's really just the basics. It does get deeper than that. There is a lot more under the surface, but I'm not going to go into that now because I want to keep this video quite short and concise. But just so that you know, the other realms that we tap into, or that we work into within shamanic womb healing, are many and varied. So to give you some examples, I work deeply within ancestral healing, so patterns that have been passed down through families, particularly for women through their matriarchal line, through the mother line, grandmothers to mothers to daughters to granddaughters. We work a lot with other types of spiritual energies that are present within the body that shouldn't be. So for example, these might be spirits of the deceased, and we can do something that's called compassionate spirit release to pass them over in a kind and gentle way. Other things are entity removals and curse unraveling. And I know some of you might be thinking, whoa, this is getting a bit woo now. But again, let me bring it back to the experiential understanding of this isn't just belief system stuff, this isn't faith. I know these things are real because I've worked for a good 10 years doing this day in, day out, and I know that what I experience in doing the work, and also what my clients experience doing this work, leads me to an understanding that I know this stuff is true and I know it's real. So by taking these things out of the body system, out of the womb, you know, we make space for life and light to flow back in, and to let go of the baggage and to clear out the darkness. And I bet a lot of people, I bet a lot of women can relate to having wombs full of baggage, full of sadness, full of pain, full of trauma, full of darkness, that we don't, sometimes we might know where that's come from, and sometimes we really don't. So yeah, let's crack on with some shamanic womb healing. I'm going to start giving you specific exercises soon to actually do. But for now, I just wanted to give you a brief introduction to what shamanic womb healing is. So my name's Joanna Joy, and I've very much enjoyed giving you that brief explanation. If you are watching this on YouTube or Facebook, then I encourage you to come and join the Facebook group which I set up, which is called Heal Your Womb. And that's where I'm going to be giving lots of practices, and where we have all sorts of discussions on womb and women-based issues. So come and join us there. I look forward to seeing you. Have a great day. Bye-bye.